Howdy, howdy, y'all. Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another DIY embellishment video. So today I am going to show you guys how to create a shaker. I've showed these before, not this die. But this is a couple of shakers I've made over the past couple weeks. And they're super fun and cute. I made a boy and a girl one from the same paper. And hopefully you'll be inspired to create, and maybe a lot of y'all have this die. This is a scrapbook.com die. I got this one in the mail for free as one of their free gifts. All I had to pay was shipping, and I think it was like $2 or $3 or something like that. And I'd ordered something else also. So this, I only used the basic pieces from it, but it has this thank you. It has the little butterflies and a heart that you can use also. So I thought I would show you guys how easy it is to make a shaker. Now, I will say there's lots of different ways to make a shaker. Whenever you're making your middle part, you could either take the base. So here's the base. And I cut this one out of the same bunny papers as this one. This one's a Market Day collection from Shabby Art Boutique. But you could take and put foam tape around your edges, or line this after you've put your acetate on. So I don't buy acetate special. I just use the extra pieces that come off of like stamp sets, things like that. How it has that little, it has the front that the stamps are stuck to, and then it has the little plastic backer piece. So I just use that because it's thick enough to still use for shakers, and I don't necessarily need it to put my stamps back on, you know, on the back, because it doesn't matter to me. So, once you put that on, you could line it with some really thin foam tape. You can use the kids foam from Walmart, but I have found it does not hold its shape if you run it through a die cut machine. So I don't like to do that. But what you could do is, if you had that and you didn't want to run it through your machine, or it was too thick to run through your machine, I thought I had a piece of it laying around here somewhere. Going to show you guys. We're going to pretend because I don't see it. I don't know where it went. Okay, here we go. Just kidding. I still have a piece. This is just some of the little thin kids foam from Walmart. You can tell it's not super thick or anything, but you could lay your piece down and you could take a pen and just trace around, and then take your scissors in and cut it out so that you would still have it, and it would keep up with its shape because it's not being smushed inside of the machine. And you could use that as a one piece to give you a little dimension to put your shaker elements in. But recently, watching some other YouTubers, I have found this foam. It's sold at Hobby Lobby, and it is 5 millimeters. And it is heavy duty foam. Now, they sell it in the sheets, but I wasn't able to find the sheets. All I could find was the roll. So I have a gigantic roll. It's probably going to last me the rest of my life making shakers and whatever else I want to add dimension to. But it is really thick, and it is perfect. That's what I used. I used Walmart foam on this one. So you can see that it still shakes really good. And on these, I use the 5 millimeter foam. So, let's see if you can tell. You can see that there's a big difference in the width of the Walmart foam versus the Hobby Lobby. And the one at Hobby Lobby is sold over where like their felt and foam things you can buy, like foam kits for kids, things like that is. But this one's 5 millimeters, so I think it's the perfect depth for adding in shaker material so that you can get a good shake. Because like this one, you can see it gets hung up a little bit. You have to You have to tap it to get it to go. But this one, it is like free. Completely. I could have actually probably filled these up more, but I was afraid that I was going to fill them too deep. Because I just wanted to play with that foam. So I have a bunch of little bits and pieces also from the collection. There's different ways you can dress them up. You see I've tied ribbon here. I've put rosettes on this one with some of the fussy cut pieces. On this one I just used some printables. One of my stamp sets, and then this was a girl stamp that I had and I colored and put her on there. And then I added lemon shaker stuff in the background. So lots of different things that you can do. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick how to put this together. Now this acetate, my machine does not like to cut, and I have an electric die cut machine, but it doesn't like to cut it. My other old crank one did not like to cut it, so I do trace this. I actually take this and I just lay it on my acetate and I just cut around it. I either draw with a marker on it or I just hold it super tight and I just cut it, which is what I did with this one. So it doesn't line up exact, but I can always trim it. And then I took my crocodile hole punch and I punched the hole through the acetate. So to attach this to the foam, let's see, I've spun it all around. Maybe I got it backwards. Maybe that's why it's not lining up good. Okay, I think it needs to go on this side. I like to use my tacky glue. This is just the Lean's tacky glue that I buy at Dollar Tree. Lots of places to buy it. You might have your favorite glue for doing shakers or whatever, but if I can get it to come out, there we go. It's going to be a big gloppy mess. I try to be light with it, especially on the edges, so that it's not running on everything. But crap happens. So let's see if I can lay this down on here flat without making a mess. Okay, and you can see the glue's there. It needs to be pressed down. So I'm just going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to press it down flat for a minute so that it gets a really good hold on there. Now, whenever you're putting these together, you want to make sure that it is dry. Once you add your shaker elements, like before you add them, you want to make sure it's dry, because if not, you'll have all your little bits and pieces getting stuck to the edges where the glue is. You could also use double stick tape if you prefer that, but I have found when I use double stick tape that it doesn't always hold well and it ends up coming off detached, and then all your shaker stuff falls out. And it doesn't always happen immediately, but it does happen. So sometimes it's, you know, a while down the road. Alright, so trying to make sure I just got it all kind of lined up. I got a little bit of glue on the inside, but that's okay. And then pretty much it just needs to take time to dry. But for the sake of time with this video, I am just going to go ahead and finish it up and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we have that part glued down. I'm just going to add some shaker bits. This is stuff that Elizabeth sent me. It's super pretty. And this one has little carrots and bunnies and all that stuff in it. Uh-oh. If I can get the cork out. The cork is stuck. Oh no, it's breaking. Oh, I got it. Okay. Whew. I'm just going to sprinkle a few of those little bits. The key is not to overfill it, but you also want to make sure it gets filled up enough so that you can see it. But it's kind of a catch-22. So then all you're going to do is you're going to put glue down again, and you're going to put your back piece on. And that's the thing about tacky glue. It's really tacky and it's hard to come out. It does take longer to dry, but I feel like it gives it a much better hold. So, and I make sure to get glue in every little area because this is pretty much what's going to be your seal so that your stuff doesn't fall out. So you want to make sure you get it on there good, whether you're using tape or glue or whatever you choose to use. You want to make sure you get it on there really good. So I'm just going to hold this down for a second and let it get stuck on there really good. Alright, and we've got a big old mess around front. But it's okay. It's just because the glue ain't dried. Once it dries, it'll look a lot better, I promise. It's in the ugly phase. But you see what I mean about how whenever the glue's not dry and you put your shaker pieces in, how it's stuck. So that doesn't bother me. Sometimes I'll even glue pieces in place inside so that it'll be there. But if that bothers you, make sure you let it dry completely before you add your shaker stuff. Alright, so then we're going to add our front on. It's going to be the exact same thing. I'm just going to use tacky glue because I am gluing it to the acetate, so I want it to have a good hold. And this one you don't have to be as crazy with the glue because it's not going to be holding anything in technically. It's just your front piece. And you're going to put it on. See, it already hides a lot of that gunky mess. Also, you want to make sure that your acetate is clean on the inside. I cleaned this one. Just sprayed it with some alcohol and wiped it down so that it would be clean before I started, but I didn't think to tell you guys that. And then I also cut out this little circle, and this is just the little circle for the hole, just to make it look prettier, pretty much. So I'll put that on there. And I'm trying not to shake it, but I want to really bad. I'm trying to give the glue a few minutes to dry. To dry. I'm driving somewhere, y'all. I'm out of here. Okay, so then it comes down to, you need to let this dry really good. And it'll take a little bit. I like to make them, and sometimes I'll even set something heavy on top of them. And then just set it to the side somewhere so that it can just dry. And give it a couple hours or overnight or whatever. I'll usually make a bunch at once and then, you know, batch make them and then just lay them down. You could do these in any theme, any style. That's the fun of it. And I have this ribbon out because I thought it would match good with the other pink. And you have the little bunny and the market flags and all that stuff. So I was just going to show you guys. You can just put this in. Now, you should let this dry. Do as I say and not as I do. You could just put it on like I did with this one. Or you could tie it down like I'm going to with this one. But I also have these little tags I made, and it was just 3 little tiny tags, and I glued the little bunny on them and tied them up with some seam binding. So, and they're on the little loop. I got glue all over my fingers. I'm going to add this on, and I'm just going to run it through this little loop as just a little extra decoration. Literally, the sky is the limit whenever it comes to making these shakers, because you can literally do whatever you want with them. Like I said, any theme, you could add little doodads on, and I did lay out, I pulled my bow too much. I did lay this out because this is a die I also have for these little paper tassels. And you could totally add a couple of these on to make your own little tassel if you wanted to just hang something else on it. Like I said, I just wanted to be able to show you guys a couple of different options on how to decorate them and do them up. You could totally just leave them plain and use them. You could do a set of rainbows and make a whole little tag flip to give as a gift and add pictures in it. You could put a picture in each one and put them on a jump ring. But isn't that cute? And then you have these little tags. And then you could even go even further and take like other little pieces and you could glue them on and decorate. I have some hearts here. You could totally put a heart down here, which would be super cute, because there's a bunny down there whenever it's shook the right way. We still have the bunny in there, so I didn't want to cover it up, but you could totally add a heart on there. I'll do that. So put it over so the bunny's still uncovered. And then you could, I have these like little tickets that came from the same collection. You could do tickets and, you know, put a little ticket here. You could cut it down and add in and add some more little embellishments or flowers around it and use it on your layout or your card. I have these little things. All these came from the collection. This Happy Easter I stamped, but you know, you could put it on there. You could put this little tag and have it say something since it's smaller. Here's this stamped image. It says you're very special to me that could be added. I'm not going to add all of that because this is the one I'm giving away. If you leave a comment, you know you'll be entered to win at the end of the month. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and you let me know what's your favorite way to do a shaker, and do you have any tips or tricks that I didn't mention that would be helpful to me. So I'll probably just include all this stuff with this whenever you win, and this is the centerpiece that came out of that. I'll send that too. That way you can decorate it up or end up making a whole layout out of it. I would love to see it. And I hope that you enjoyed this and that it inspired you. And until next time, bye y'all.